here once again. It's the month of September, and about if uzalwa kule nyanga, just know that wenziwa ngoDecember. You could have potentially been a mistake. And then it could have just been people who were having fun. Okay, but masiphume apho. But what's more exciting about this month, if you were born in this month, never mind my cold joke, this is a month of inkcubeko namasiko, which is heritage. Ngabantu abaninzi, the 24th of September. So now, the topic that we want to delve into, it's that of what has evolved in terms of relationships culturally. What are some of the things that we've lost along the way since humanity started? When did humanity start? Wait, just before you make the intro.
Yo, should be thousands of years ago.
Nobody knows. We can even it's BC, before Christ, right? Yeah, so
before Christ.
So humanity, since the beginning of humanity, so there has been changing in terms of culture, integration of culture, and another culture intertwining with another culture being swallowed. And then I read somewhere that the Hottentot people were amongst the highest in population. Right now, that's a totally different story. So today's topic, we are talking about heritage, and then what does it mean in today's world in terms of coupled. Yeah, over to Kawam.
Welcome back. It's one of our very important days today, Heritage Day. Today, Tuesday, the 24th of September. And we want to understand, as Umzo says, it's Heritage Day. We've got a lot to talk about Heritage Day today. And as always, it's DJ Wicked, Nomzo. Oriented.
So wait, what do you think if we were doing this podcast 100 years ago? What kind of topics do you think we could have been talking about potentially?
We probably couldn't be having any topics to talk about. You know that.
Okay.
With sagas of couplehood in mind.
So I'm trying to say, okay. So obviously, if I say 100 years ago, there wouldn't be.
There were no sagas.
Besides, no sagas. I do believe that sagas were there since the beginning of time.
Probably
there would be a saga. We know even from the Bible who couldn't have children, and she got children at the age of 100, and then we know that there was intombi yomSamaria eyathi kuYesu yayingasetepini yacela amanzi, uYesu wacela amanzi kuyo, ugqiba kwakhe wayixelela bangaba Don't you read the Bible? Don't you know that
script? In the Bible.
No, it's a well or something. It could have been water well or something. Sorry.
Excuse me. There were no plumbers that time, man.
Imagine. Okay, so but what is one lento bomSamaria, and then wacela amanzi kuyo yathi ayinamanzi ayamzange umnike. Wanikwa intombi bomSamaria. I can't remember the story, but the point of the matter is that there were sagas because Jesus told that woman, Gucci, even the man that you think you have is not yours.
Jesus didn't tell us was in the
That's what I don't understand. But this is not the discussion. But my point is there were sagas even from the time. There were sagas. Imagine Maria being pregnant. Is wedded to Joseph, but is conceived by the Holy Spirit, is pregnant, and then gives birth to unyana kaDavide. Uyesu unyana kaDavide. Kodwa I'm not sure if it's father-in-law, no, stepfather or Joseph, no, who's the real father. But now he's not the person who impregnated Maria. It was the
Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit or the angel, the archangel and stuff. So sagas were there from the beginning of time. So that be it. Let's put the package that and put that in there. One of the cliques that of the things that you if you say there were no sagas back in the smaller years, we think about Adam. One of the clips, one of the comedians was saying, okay, Adam had Abel and Cain.
Cain and Abel.
Yeah. And then they went to marry. They married who? Maybe to his little knowledge of the guy, he doesn't know that maybe there were other nations elsewhere. I don't know, but there were saga. That's the
No, in Bible, why it's a saga. There's a lot of sagas in the Bible.
Okay.
All those parables and everything, they're actually sagas.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about the Bible here.
Yeah. All right.
We're just referencing it, and
thank you.
Let's not
Thank you.
delve into it.
All right. Let's move away from it, but still to emphasize the same point of sagas. During the times of Ushaka, Shaka no Senza Gakona and all of that. Even there were sagas even from that time.
Yeah, but that's 1700, 1600.
Yeah, somewhere in the 1600s. Do you see that there were sagas?
Yeah,
a couple
16,
still.
No, 1700.
So is it 1700?
Van Riebeeck arrived here 1652.
1652.
That means it's got to be after that. Then there's 20.
What? I'm not a history. I don't have a much history background, but these are some of the glimpses I'm catching along
16, 1700.
You could be right, but still with no sagas. We are in South Africa now. Fikile Jan van Riebeeck is here, and then whatnot, and then bane maids, abantu abancedayo, the Hornton women that are helping them. They sleep with them. These are sagas. So there were sagas even from that time. But now there wouldn't be a podcast at the time.
There would be nothing.
They're talking about those would be gossips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So namhlanje, give me some light on Namzo. Yeah, you see, so today we're talking about this heritage with the sagas of mind. Sagas of couplehood in mind.
In mind, yeah.
Yes, sagas of couplehood in mind. So then, what are we talking about? Heritage. How it is, how relations have evolved from.
To be relationships being modernized compared to our traditional relationships. And then because just to give you a line of thought, we are different from our parents. And our parents, in terms of how they met with our fathers, there were no cell phones or anything, or TikTok or anything, or Facebook at the time. So maybe they were using letters. This is the thing. The last time I was in the Eastern Cape, I'm asking myself, how does a man that lived from Ngapa Elandigen Eqesi meet a woman ohlala ngapha eqoboqobo? How do they meet? This is my question. Kwakhwelwa amahashi at the time, kwakusenziwa ntoni? Did they meet? Somebody said to me, kwakudityanwa ekonsathini.
Concert? What
concert? Choir concert. People would go, there would be choir games and such and whatnot. Maybe these things are some of the things that made our parents to travel. Because it's common saying to hear umuntu sithi, no, my father wayedlala irugby, wayephuma nesikolo, waya kayi wadibana nomama amphakana wayedlala irugby kuyo ndondondondon. And then how did they arrange to meet these people?
Sure. It's going to be very difficult. Yeah?
It's not. This one is not so long ago. I even want us to take it even further back, before the times of schools, when there were no schools anymore. Then how? So possibly at the time, this is me thinking just out of the blue. This has no reference to anything. It's not accurate. Maybe back in the day, they were dating within the same village.
And probably Utwala was very important and very popular at that time.
Yes.
Because probably just meeting a woman strangely walking was not that easy. Then
But you see, we are in the heart of our topic. Now, you would be told a lot about human rights, about such and such.
Maybe
and
let's explain ukutwala.
Even legally, law, explain ukutwala. Just
Ukutwala roughly
context
will be what I'm not accurate about is that you as a man, you fancy that woman from the other side, that from the family there.
Yeah.
But now, does she know?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't know. No,
she doesn't.
It was Western, I thought.
Yeah.
But then now, probably she's going to the river to fetch some water. Then when you fetch some strong, very strong men, then zomlanda pa like xa mutata amanzi pa niyamthwala. You go with the woman.
Yeah.
Then later on, they send somebody from this family where you guys then they send somebody to that family to say, no, this is what we did. But then they start some negotiations to have some form of lobola or cattle going to over to the other family. And families understood.
As an expected something, Wayne, even the parents of this child, they wouldn't exclaim. If now somebody was to take my daughter was not to come home now, how I'm gonna pull out a pistol and ravish whoever does that, because they are violating their rights. Mm-hmm. But back then, I think there was an expectation from both sides. When your girl child is coming of age, this is where it gets blurry. Away for me. To these people that obacelayo to go by ukthwalela lo mntu, is this something that was premeditated, that was where we thought of all of the collateral damage around it, or okanye siyathwala nje as long as mna ndithi I'm pleased with that woman? Do I know how old she is?
Yeah, probably there could have been some research done. And I think, some research that I also did, people of Kudala, man, they would not go and marry somebody from Limpopo if they're here. They never did much of that. It will be within.
Oh, I see.
So it's a family from just...
I got you.
Up Rhodes Memorial there. It's a family from there. So it's probably a girl child that they saw from birth, growing up, and all that.
They know her from...
So I don't think you would go and twala somebody in Bloemfontein.
But which brings to me the next question. My next question to you is that, then what's the point of uyomthwala lo mntu lona? Qha nisenosuka nidibana amadoda adibane apha kwanje kuyiwe phaa kuthiwe siyocela laa ntombi. What's the why must you umthwale instead? What was the advantage?
That's a very good question.
Because you could just go there, up the other side of Memorial, and then just...
You know what, baby, Saba ukhuluma namacheri.
Bushumane le nto phakathi.
But you get very first night, very first work.
No, I don't think so, because as a young man, you're not, you stay in a homestead, not at your...
So uchwena bezofika then alandele mantombi ngapha wena still you sleep with the boys.
No, you're still at your... And another thing is that I think this whole thing, you are right, Wayne. There's no way that this could not have been arranged, because as a boy, to sleep with a girl, you just fancy a girl somewhere. You've got no facilities to sleep with a girl, and you don't even know. Until men told you when you usuka ku initiation school, then go to the next thing, uthatha umfazi, kwathini, blah blah blah, and everything. Then
questions keep on coming to me.
Yeah, so and then people, old men are going to nudge you to that direction of having to find umfazi. And then the next thing, you need to futseko, unomfazi. We can't have two bulls in the same house. So I think also that the support to that was used as a way of making you mature. Realize, no man, you know what? I can't take it that my younger brothers, but to mumfazi warm up, I need to go and find my own house. Speak to my father. Hey, and start my own.
Then Tinamzo, we also had this one where you fancy this woman, then whichever way that I'm not sure how you're gonna get her, whether uze ikhulume le ndaba yakho and akuvume ke, but ke you're not financially stable.
Yeah.
You could go to that family and work in their fields.
Nice.
Yeah, you could go into that family and work in their fields. We do some community service of some source or some sort for a certain period of time. Then it equates to whatever amount that they would have charged if it's in kettle terms. But definitely it could have been kettle terms. There was no money.
Yeah, there was no money.
So if it's kettle terms, then when you go and do certain amount of hours in their fields, then yeah, you qualify to get them.
But do you see here from your explanation that all of these ways of doing things, they don't want an input from the person who is to be wedded?
What do you mean?
From the woman's side.
Okay, the bridegroom.
Yeah. Why is she not being consulted? Whether she likes the man or she does not like the man? What is her say in this?
Maybe men have always been scarce. So it was an advantage. So probably it was worse that time. So if you have a man who is saying they want to marry you, maybe it was I can't wait.
But your concern, your as when do you consent to this? To consent to this thing that's happening? Why don't they say, do you want to da da da? Because I know even now, in my Xhosa culture, kuyovela ne? Okay. Xa kuyanjwe kuyocelwa intombi, kuyafikwa kunegotiate kugqitywe. After everything has been done, ifamily zivumelana, kubizwa intombi, kubuzwe uyabazi. But now there it means ukuthi uyathandana nala lamfana. I think there was it's a small it's 0.001% of finding your input. Otherwise sekugqityiwe ngawe as a
But so probably it was not that important. Why? Because man, they took marriage to be some form of uniting families. That was much of their concern. Unlike today, it's not uniting families today.
Okay.
Today, people are on a mission. They've got a different agenda from what people.
And it's more of avoiding family. The opposite.
It's the opposite.
How can I take that one out of that family?
Yeah. So Dara probably the woman, it was not much why she has to be consulted and everything. She should be fine with it. Your family are going to tuka, they are here, but bayakwazi wena nimenikhambisana nalo mfana kokuthiwa kuhambisana ke kuthi. So number ke sebefikile and everything just gels in automatically because now today people have a different agenda.
Yeah.
You remember when we were earlier on setting up this, I was saying to you, I wonder if topic Z when Namzo, they somehow align to how people have monetized every situation in today's life.
Okay.
I wonder, if you check now,
I want to challenge you on that one, but I'll wait until you finish.
It's fine. You can challenge me, but you check. You see, heritage yet now is soon derailing, and we're not having life experience as to how our forefathers were doing it. And like now, we're talking about Ukutwala. You can't twala anybody's child now because when you are the brokest nigga, you want to go and twala somebody's child who just completed a master's in Stellenbosch and all that. And so it doesn't balance. Why? Because it's the money factor now that is there. So women have been equipped that they choose who they want to have their life with. That's why these ancient ways of uniting families cannot
sustain itself. What
were you going to say about
all right, so Wayne, okay, there are two things that I want to say. I want to say I'm in support of these recurring themes of finance and everything, monetizing things and everything. because it's the current state of affairs. That way, we talk about the current state of affairs, the status quo, and then still speak about the past. So that way, we can almost paint how the future is going to be, sort of predict how the future is likely to be. That I'm trying to say I endorse that we speak about the current affairs. Otherwise, we are not going to sit relevantly. Kuma 2K now, we are talking about something that happened 100 years ago. So if we talk about these monetary things and to paint a picture of where we come from, we are likely to look at where we are going. So where I wanted to challenge you on, Wayne, sorry, it's on the fact that you are saying now it's money, now it's that, now it's that. Even back then, if you are saying it was the uniting of two families, it was a family union between two families. So Napayana, there were certain desirable families that were wealthy, that
probably had a lot of cattle there,
every man is as about when if umntanam angachata kwifamily ethile, I have an association with that family. So that wealth, I associate with that wealth. So there was money even then, and
there was silver and gold.
You will groom your kids to attract the same kind of like to get attention from those people. Be disciplined. Back in the day, discipline was everything because it was a form of transaction. It was how well behaved you are is going to determine how presentable you are to people, and that way you are likely to attract wealthy people. Wealthy in terms of cows, not money. So this is an ongoing concept, but right now it's on a personal level. Back then it was not on a personal level. It was on a.
I'm actually thinking of that. There's a shift in how it was perspective that time. Ogamanji, it's on a personal level. Yeah.
Exactly. So do you agree with me that the concept of money and wealth and affluence has always been there?
Even in the Bible, I think they even mention of wealth. Well, there was no like hard cash, but they would talk about silver and gold.
Silver and gold, yeah.
Yeah, one of the king would have.
There were certain attractive surnames, like that were associated with the kings and whatnot. You are marrying into like royalty.
Mutsepes of today. To talk of
like those are mutsepes of today.
Yeah, imagine you make a booking at a place in your cinema is Mzo did Motsepe. Already they're thinking, wow.
Hey, can I tell you a very funny story? So, there in my where I used to be, the Department of Human Genetics. They when I started.
When you're in the Department of Human Genetics?
No, not anymore. I used to be. So what used to happen there? They used to you'd have like you order samples or order things from you. The purchasing department is separate from what we do. But in order for you to use the Inanzika, I don't want to talk too much about my work. I don't like this because I don't want my people that I work with to come and watch this and say, now I'm divulging stuff. But I'm trying to get to this surname thing that you're talking about. So you order things and then you say there's a purchase order that needs to be done, or you go and say, okay, let me sign for this purchase order so that I submit it, so that I want to finance and purchasing, they go and buy these things and understand. So
you create a purchase order for your department, then forward it to finance.
It's finance. Like your prof is gonna sign it, and then after prof signs it goes to finance. So I used to sign these things, put them through combat. This one is very urgent. Let me sign this thing because is a sooner. It goes to finance. But my things were happening very quick. Somebody picked this up.
Like
somebody picked this up.
On the finance side, or
no. If you make an order, if you're ordering samples, or you're ordering whatever that is being ordered, or latex gloves or anything, Ilanika or maybe you're ordering sample tubes. You can't just take money because the money funds and everything. You can't. So it's finance people that need to deal with this. So you sign something, this is what I want, and then because the quantity and whatnot to send that document to finance. So somebody could know Mzo, if Mzo sign it, and when these things come quick. And then I'm that, no, I've signed on this, and then it didn't come. You sometimes wait for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Therefore, that means that when you need something, you need to run that thing, purchase order way earlier than you need it, just to allow that delay.
Yeah.
But when I do it happens quick. Somebody pick this up, Gabi picks this and say, so, Norman, can you do me these purchase orders and quickly sign them? Only to learn one day when I go to that purchase to pick things there, to say your order has come up, come and pick it up, get an email. I go there and pick it up. And I noticed there, Gucci, no, they misspelled my surname. They wrote Tutu. So I'm a very important person. So that's why I was like, nah, this surname, we know this surname. Everything was quite quick. And I'm like, where do these people get this thing? No, this is a very important person. You guys must speed up this one. So the Mutsepes of today, even back in the day, depending on how important your surname. So a person mistakenly thought that my surname was important.
There's a Bible story where they say, when Jesus arrived in this city, I don't know which city it was, but Jesus was born in Bethlehem.
Yeah, Bethlehem.
So he was probably going to another city, or he was going back to Bethlehem. So he was on a donkey. There were no horses, I think, that time, so he was on a donkey. So, hey, Jesus! Hey,
the Ferrari of the time was a donkey.
So people started putting red carpet, ne?
Yeah.
For the donkey, and Jesus is rolling on top of it. The red carpet, singing, ululating, and okay, good. Jesus arrives, he sits there. Then the donkey realized, oh, okay. So the donkey next day arrived, same style. And people were really mooring it for taco.
It's enjoying the play.
Donkey was alone now with no Jesus. And then Jesus donkey was saying, Imo. It's just some hours ago. You guys.
But I noticed that on a person like, I'm sure, I've seen some old videos, Gaskomota. Some videos where he's like in some case, somebody's like looking at an ordinary guy that's just known by anyone. But right now, Ikamal Gaskomota and where he goes.
And it seems Komota used to get crashing as party, because he's there in the background of weddings.
He's there at the background of weddings and then munching food there. So he's been a guy. He's been a very relentless guy who's a go-getter and whatnot. But now his name, he has made that name. So and now look at how many suitable partners he gets.
Komota is always kissing people.
Yeah,
we wanted to talk about what again in terms of heritage and how things have changed. Did I cut you off? Are you done with Komota? Komota. We're talking about duties in the marriage system. How
this is another important aspect. What has changed in terms of expectations from a man and a woman based on our heritage? For example, in my culture, to go and get inkuni uyoteza.
It was a woman's
duty to go and fetch water.
A woman's duty is.
And peg again, and all of such. Those were women's duties. If kukumqombothi namahe wenziwa ngabantu ababhinqileyo and such. And then amadoda kufanele uxhela kumfazi uzawuxhela inkomo namhlanje athini.
So it's basically the same with us.
There've been such. So these things, what have changed in terms of these things?
But first things first, so before we even delve into what changes are, women have been equipped. Women have been equipped, and women have been made to believe that they are what's the word?
Equals.
With equal. They've got equal rights. So yabona yonke lento ishoyo wena is crushed. The point about we equal. We both have to do these
Crushed
duties.
by who?
The society today yabona has made women equal to us.
You're not being specific. If I go to your village now, will I be finding men going to fetch water, and women and men going to fetch wood, and finding women slaughtering cows and stuff?
Okay, good. You got me there. Probably let's differentiate urban life and village life. You see, so we have two different type of people here, two different type of women. Women in the urban areas and women in the village. Those in the urban are the ones I think who have been equipped to come to realize that when they're equal, somehow they've got some equal rights. So they tend to want to have duties. We have duties in the house. You have to cook, you have to wash also the next day. Maybe it's the Western world that is pushing their agenda on us, but for them, it probably works well because they always have a dishwasher. They have a washing machine. They have a helper.
Yeah.
Tina, it's not that's luxury. So you find yourself when I'm washing. Pen come mama.
Yeah.
At some given point, maybe.
I'm glad you come to my point. So now, because of modernity, so you are saying these changes in culturally, they came as a result of civilization.
Yes.
And urbanization.
Yes.
So still, as urbanized as you are, the village still remains. So if a woman now is an urbanized woman, comes from Sentini, Sentino, Rosebank, it's some apartment, I would love to know. Put guys in the comment and tell us no. I'd love to know when they get to the village, what kinds of adjustments that they need to do. Because I know for me as a guy, I need to make some adjustments. For me, being so urbanized and living in the urban area, when I have to go to there are guys that are worse than me. I'm acquainted because I've spent some time as Lalini. I go as Lalini regularly. But there are people that are like zero that have grown there to learn some of the things. So when you go there, there are expectations for you as a man and for also the woman that you take with. Are you trying to say now, at this point, I'm going to put a village hat or my cultural heritage hat and do those duties? Right now, I'm in the urban. I'm going to put a different hat. What if this lady goes to the Eastern Cape and then Makoti senza kanje thina apha ke senza kanje? Must she learn these things now or say no and again?
You see, so now I blame us Africans. Why? Because even if you check the fact of having a white wedding, traditional wedding, why even have a white wedding? White wedding is a Western way of whatever engaging white people, whichever one. But Tina is abantu abamnyama. We wanna soloko select into zabelungu. Like today, we are in the cities, and everyone wants to be in the city, I think. But now, we've got a certain lifestyle we have in the city that is different from lifestyle as Lalin.
Yeah.
Now, as you were saying, you now need to, as you were saying, you need to wear a certain hat for the city life and a certain hat. But I'm a Lumubona. If it's either you are a farmer in the farming area or you are a city man and you die a city man.
That's your life.
And there's no confusion there. This is a city boy, born a city man, now a city father. When he gets old, he goes to a home. Tina, we are a confused bunch of people. That's why you find now, when you get old in the city, They take you as lally because you are being a problem in the city. Even before they even take you to the city, you can feel
Now
now.
you are feeling an out of space go.
Already, Mzoma took care kicking you out of places. Finding yourself, ngapha. Dlala iqhom. Ndiye ngapha udlala ijazz. So dlala iqhom, ndiye endlini.
Yeah, the space does not become yours anymore.
Yeah. Then eventually, man, you can't even go up the stairs at your flat. So, Ari.
But in all earnest, when I win, and now in Pula Pekai, I want to say the two lifestyles of maintaining a culture and being urbanized, they are going opposite ways.
Mm-hmm.
The more you are urbanized, is the more you are doing the opposite of what culturally you are expected to do.
Your heritage.
Your heritage. Because for me as an urbanized man, I know how to cook and it's my business. We did that broccoli. And then we spoke about
a bro has to cook,
no,
we were saying a bro is not supposed to cook delicious food.
Food, kind of
say,
vibe.
no,
and what
bro has got to
so
cook
there's an
delicious
issue about me being able to cook. Yes, there are some things that I'm not able. I can iron my clothes, I can do things because of urbanization. Culturally, there was somewhere, in the other area that I went to, at Luzuko's there was a time where abantu basuke Kapa, they were not liked. The local guys, they were like, abantu basuke Kapa. And you think they smell you or something. They look at you by the cleanliness. It's something new to them. They are like, indoda ibe clean, jonga inxibe iMax ezimhlophe. Indoda inxibe isihlangu esimhlophe. Basithi ingase ndiyibethe ngephungu legudu. Umuntu akhalela igqudu. Ingathi there's a seeming like ingathi you are soft or something like that. And understand? And can imagine now you're taking your wife Wayne to ezilalini zakho, and then they have nails, they have weave, they can't bagobe pha emlilweni uthiwa mabobasa. Pha umuntu expecte ukwazi ubasa umlilo, zange wabasa umlilo the rest of her life.
Yena uzobasa lezi zinto ezimhlophe kuthiwa yinoni?
This just is a charcoal.
Yeah, still, but there's that thing you light that looks like a candle in a black box.
Yes.
We don't have that as lalini. Do they use it? You need to fan the fire.
It must be a craft. You need to have a craft of how you do that. Charcoal,
you light that little white thing, you throw it there, you leave for 10 minutes, boom, the fire is on.
And so
it's lalini.
You need to know how bawuzawenza njani and create your triangle, or you ubeke izingi ngabeke izingi. You get to be creative just by staying there. So if you don't know those nuances, then it seems like there's an issue there. That's why we have this episode today.
But if we have an issue with just an ordinary Xhosa woman that I met in the city, and I take her to Ilali Lamike, and she's finding difficulties to adjust to the community. How about the niggas who marry white women?
Ooh. I don't know. No, but the thing is, my people have got respect. They, as much as bethanda culture yabo, bayithanda unikeza imbeko, so that when people get out of those areas to go and speak about them, kuthiwe ilali ethile kwathi. I've been to ilali ezininzi ezingezozam, but awufika phaa kuthiwe hey lamfana wasendaweni ethile kani hoya lamfana uhoywa nangabantu abathile, so that because abantu bayayazi bangabuza uhamba uyothetha I was in a certain area. So but I want to say something about that. People, they fear the fact that it's so, this is deep. It's deeper than maybe my putting out there. It requires you to think, and you Wayne to think. That thing of acceptance for me, for you Wayne, for me to be accepted, and whatnot, as a man, in order for me to overcome into people not to scold at me or to be disgusted, I must have money. When I have money, I get to be respected. People will be asking, the abantu overalls are ngubani hayi ngubani abantu bethetha ngakuthiwa ngubani uyinto ethile yokulowa podcast.
But so this is what I was saying
Then,
when we started this podcast, and you were almost crushing my point.
Okay.
Did I? Okay, maybe I didn't say it clearly when I said money these days is probably the reason why we even sit and talk about this podcast.
I did not crush it more than I was saying. It's not a new thing that people look at.
When sorry, man, you did respond in that
Yeah,
manner.
it's
Okay,
not a
okay,
new
no,
thing.
you did respond,
Even
but
then, so
it was
yeah.
in a different manner,
Angle,
angle back then. Okay,
yeah. So also, there's a different way of sitting where like younger men they sit at a certain place, but if you've got more money, then some of the heritage things you tend to bypass it. I'm going to say this thing as it is because it is the truth that a lot of people don't want to say it. I know sometimes if some people they respect me, I can see that no, this person is not respecting me because they respect me. They respect me because of what they think I might be able to offer to them.
Mm-hmm.
They are buying favors, and there's quite a lot of that in our cultures. And I'm not sure how it happens. Maybe also that there. Maybe she gets favors there simply because they know that maybe they respect you in the Dayak, or maybe she has a lot of money.
You're damn right, bro. Because I mean, look, when our sisters now marry our brothers from the West, you got some nigga who doesn't even know one single language in South Africa, but he goes deep down Eastern Cape there and sits with Homakulu and they're fine with him. They're good. They're chilling with him, and you know, the nigga don't even understand a thing about anything about no culture. Doesn't even know how to hold a composite pot and. But
what you said, yes, our names. Our name in Amakusha. Yes,
money plays a very big role, yeah. You see.
Yeah, but culturally, now I want to say this point. I think I didn't say it enough. That Tina, we compromise on the culture and our heritage based on what we think we might be getting from the people that we want to lobby respect from. You understand?
Yeah.
It's very sad because right now that this is exactly what we do with white people. It's not easy for you as a white person to tell a white person how you truly feel about shit that they did to you. But for me, I'm gonna get it for days. But a young guy who's a manager to you, who is white, you treat them differently from a young guy who is black. It's very easy for you to say to me as a black guy, but not to a white person. But still, it goes with that conditioning of thinking, no, I'm hungry and I need to get things coming from this direction. I might not get anything from this direction. This guy, he must know who I am. This Mzo guy. Yes, I must know who you are. I need to have that level of respect. But now we are at work. We are working. I'm your boss now.
Yeah.
Then how do we navigate this?
So I was in the way explaining. It's actually happening at my workplace. But anyway, we don't want to put our workplaces. I man, you when I see what you're copying.
Yeah.
Go say.
Oh, you see that one. You see
So please, you should put that one up. If you find it, put it there.
So wait, these are the things. This is a heritage month. This is our heritage. Do we want to
Yes, you can see that guy's face. Please. This is the main sound. Put it up for them to see that. Ooh. Ooh. Heritage match, okay.
All right. I read that. We don't have much to say. But guys, in this heritage, what I want people to take from this heritage in the next few minutes that we have on it, we won't be long today, unfortunately, is there a way that we can filter out what was good from the previous times or the previous ways of managing relationships? Okay, to put this in a different way, if relationships back in the days were managed by men, right now we are on an equal scale and counting, maybe they will be ruled by women, the relationships in the future. They must not throw out the baby with the water. They must pick up some of the things that were working from that, and then leave out into such as patriarchy, such as pressing down of women in their opinions. Those things, they need to be filtered out. But there were good things that were being done by relationships of the olden times, which made us to be here right now. This means that something right was done. That's why humanity is not extinct. We are still here today. Obviously, there was inequality. We cannot run away from it. While we address the inequality, we should not neglect those things that have made us through to be where we are at this moment. This is my 2 cents. Whether it is your culture, culturally, you've been taught respect. You've been, I tend to be corrected, but I think that African men are the most obedient people.
In terms of
everywhere, in terms of how they relate to other people. I'm not saying genders. Even when you relate to another person, you be lenient. So these are some of the qualities that our great grandmothers and our grandmothers love about.
Your sisters won't agree with you because stuff that they tell me about the Kosa journey. You remember that clip I sent to you about that Kosa journey last night? Okay. So
no, there are men who are not civilized, who are not urbanized enough. Kosa gens, Ijan. This is Ijan.
What is Ijan?
Ijan. Indoda yomxhosa that has gone to initiation school.
Oh, basically the initiation part.
Yeah, so it has to do with that initiation part where there are certain things that you don't do, there are certain things that you do, and of which in the future there's a future. In the future we need to talk about the topic of we spoke about that. What's that topic? A bro code. Yeah. So it's more like a bro code for Ijans.
I'm told there's stuff that you guys do, what you call that, ebutlanti, that you don't really have to reveal to the world and all that.
Yeah, but they are more with the conduct, with how you conduct yourself.
But you guys don't share that with us who have never been there.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Then you niggas are just Jans there, doing a thing there. You do your thing there, then you're not sharing that with us. That's basically what it is.
It's not necessarily about Ubuhlandi. Wait, this is not a topic for that.
No.
But the reason why I was talking about was...
you were already running away from that.
I'm not running away.
Oh, okay. The reason why you're saying...
Okay, let me let you finish.
It's just there's some controversy with what you are saying regarding the fact of you guys have some set of whatever rules, whatever that you are told as a Kosa journey coming from, is it Butlandi? Or whatever that, the mountain, whatever that is. Considering what that man was saying last night, that's indeed Kosa journey. I can just call you and fuck you. I mean, like,
No, look.
Yeah.
Look, Wayne.
But it's not the topic that we're
I don't want.
about.
Yeah.
Let's leave it.
Because again, you're going to say I'm running away from this. I don't want
in
to.
my experience,
Look, I don't want to talk about this when I'm not in the mood to talk about it. When I don't have an intellectual way of saying it. I do want. There are things. There are 2 cents that I want to dish out there so that people know about it. But I need to tune into a certain frequency before I come to the public and speak about such things. So right now I'm not in that frequency. I don't want to.
But don't feel offended in case this goes international.
There's nothing offensive about what you said. You are
craft. This is art.
Your question was about you not understanding what's going on, which is very fair and clean. I'm sure it can this is how things need to happen. Whatever needs to be, but the point I want to say is that when the two of us, when we dish out information, I'm sure even the Kosajan, they do learn from this because they learn things that from different aspects, that from different angles that affect them, that affect other people, that affect general population, like we do. There will be those things that affect my Xhosa culture, my Xhosa Jans. Then those ones, they need a very special attention from me if I were to talk about them in this platform. They are not an attack to the public or an abomination to the public or anything, but right now, what I want to say, when we speak about okay, there is a man, there's a man in the context of generally a man, a sex kind of vibe, gender. And then there is a man according to, so you are the man. Why? Because this guy can buy 3 Hennessy's. You are the man. There's that kind of thing. There's like, you are the man because you are a very reliable person. And then there are very different instances of actually being a man and how you conduct yourself as a man.
Do the gay dudes also go to the mountain?
Yes, they do.
Okay. So they'll be gay in there as well. Okay.
It's a very inquisitive question. I like it, but
can I go and read this somewhere about?
Yeah. Just do that. But I didn't mention this in that podcast with that lady, Rachel Sihlali. We mentioned something about this because we were talking about this gaydom and what will LGBTQRZ WV.
This whole idea of going to the mountain is to have you focus and be a man. Now, what are you all trying to do with a person who is told themselves that he is a woman? This one is a very special topic. But I'm not going to entertain it. Look, because it has got nothing to do with couplehood, this one. This is a very different aspect. Hey. This is the sagas of couplehood and everything. But Wayne is very right. He is very curious, and then I love the way he's viewing it. But now my problem is that he's speaking. I don't want that. There are too many gays out there. Zulu, Pedi, what, white, Xhosa, color. But it's only the Xhosas that go to the mountain.
Nah, and vendors, they do. Ndebeles do. They do their own cultural things. Sutus do. Makale pendule wona before sizo pendula up. Because I don't, it's not like I don't know what to say. I know exactly what to say.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Imtana uzofika I don't want to say something that's going to put me in hot water and put this podcast.
This is couplewood. This is something about this when I'm so. People don't want to clearly just openly say, nigga, listen, man, we go to that with Shandy, we get there.
He keeps saying,
what is Mushandi?
That's funny. That's funny. I'm going to keep laughing at this one when I'm watching this. Wait.
We got this mountain.
I'm just
take out our dick. Then if you are gay, you sit there and
watch that thing, man. Wait, there was some There was something did about this. There was a movie did about this. I'm gonna search for
About all this.
about this. There was a disgusting movie that was done, and every Jan out there was not pleased. But
I remember. People were
stupid,
against this.
Yeah, there was a stupid movie.
People
there
went
that was done.
to get
And
details.
of which-
I remember some 10 years or so ago.
There was a very stupid movie.
I remember.
For me,
Dolphin, this guy, Shekeka Dolphin, my Limpopo boy, he's the one who showed me this movie. I think in 2012. He's nigga, look what Xhosas are doing. They're up in arms. Actually, he was showing me when Xhosas were up in arms about this.
about that damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
I think it was banned.
Look,
actually, yeah?
look.
Wasn't it
It
banned?
was. Yeah. There was some issues. There
It
were
did
red
go to
tape
stay
about it.
Kaneko.
It did. It
Then-
did apparently. It did apparently.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
should
I
look
don't
for that
want to
movie.
comment about that because we are going to be closed out. As in yesterday, if I were to say my personal opinions about it, but now what I want to bring now to this is that the very same thing that those guys that did that movie were trying to address. I can address it. Umntana uyeza efika elonto ayidentify as yona afike ayenze indima ebisuppose uba uyayenza yesiko then aphume eright ugqitywe uyalazi ugqibile ngayo ne. That is not a topic of today, but we need to talk about this in a context of couplehood.
Okay.
Yeah, I like your journalism eye. You have a very journalistic question. You are very inquisitive in a very right way. But and you know me, I'm a very tough cookie.
But you know, so you know why? I remember my uncle I've got this uncle who's very intelligent. I think one of the people that I've known in my
we're gonna
life
bring him here.
is my uncle. He's very
this podcast.
knowing at Sialwa these days as fun.
I was also for a podcast, fight or not.
I
This
was
is the
owing
best
him
time.
money, then I couldn't send him money.
It's the best time to bring him now.
So-
when he won't filter himself when he asks you questions.
So he was saying to me, but Wayne, just picture this. You guys might go international. So try by all means to use international language and all that.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying to you. With that in mind, I'm just saying, don't rule out these inquisitive questions that I'm giving to you because you never know where we're going to go with this. If it goes international, then there are people who are going to be like, we need to listen to this. Wherever they are. Well, it's as you say, it's information that cannot willy-nilly just be released and shared, cannot be shared at any other platform, but it's fine. But I'm just saying in general, you never know where we're going to be. So some of this information, you may be surprised, somebody in Cyprus hears this information and they've always wanted it and say, hey guys, come over to Cyprus, I want you to talk about this Bushanti thing.
He keeps saying Bushanti.
What's Bushanti?
That's funny. Okay, all right. No, wait. I think before this song,
Yeah, we're gonna close.
We are having a very good discussion. It's just to reiterate again. This is Sagas of Couplewood, month of September, month when you were made in December, and then and you were lucky to be born on the month of the heritage, 24th of September, and then the topics that we delved so much into in summary are those, what were the changes over time that made us to be here, over from our parents to be here, as you have heard us, me and Wayne discuss. This does not end here without your input. It's you now to really think about what we've spoken about and say, how can we take these things forward as humanity? Because sometimes we need to purge out what doesn't work and pull in what works for us. And then the modernity. I want me and Wayne just before December, we're going to do a topic at Amakapa. I know that this one is going to be a finisher in December. Amakapa. There's a certain way abantu babizwa Amakapa when you come from there, because we don't know how things work around there, and then we get mocked. And then we are seen as these people that are coming there to take people's women and whatnot. And women, they like amakapa because anemali.
They don't know Mzo was working his ass off and saving to go to.
And now I go out there and I act like I'm the big shot. Yeah. This is me. This is Mzo. And I'm like, amakapa, they must enjoy it as it comes because I am at Dubai.
Alala. But Tinage, you get to a point where you actually you overspend, and you end up getting to sell your phone to get a bus ticket to come
get a
back.
bus ticket. That happens.
Yeah.
These are the things that we're gonna talk about when we talk about
Amakapa.
Yeah, and how they want to. They are so longing to maintain the image of doing good, which is these are not things that these are part of the heritage, but this portion of heritage, let's defer it to December. Otherwise, right now, I think we've spoken enough. People need to have a very lovely heritage. Ni braai for heritage and whatnot.
And now we're busy sitting here doing the podcast. We need to pry, yes?
Yeah, we need to put things in podcast in context for people, because at the end of the day, it's people that are going to consume this content and try to shift life around, shift the dominoes, make life better.
Yeah. So yeah, 24th of September, Heritage Day in South Africa, 2024. We gonna call it done, yeah. But my people, please do this for us, man. If it's your first time watching this and maybe you just got attracted to the heritage, what is gonna be this topic?
Episode, yeah.
Heritage episode. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, man. This will help us grow. Sonke man, cool. Sibe more content. Like, subscribe. Yeah. But it has been a fruitful discussion on Planje, Heritage Day, 24th September 2024. We're going to be signing out now. It's DJ Wicked Nomzo. Peace.